Hello, and welcome to this Saturday, August 10th, 2019 episode of the Grab ATTN podcast. This is a Gary V Club podcast, and the purpose of this podcast is just kind of to be an additional sidekick to Gary V's content. Today's episode is based off of something Gary himself shared, and that's about people being the game. And what that really means, what game, what is it? It's about connections and who we are, who we become, the relationships we build. If we don't respect others, if we're not nice to others, then we are missing out on our own opportunities. The less selfish we are, the more selfless we become, the more comes back to us. That's the thing. That's the irony of it. With selflessness, you get the rewards that you're looking for with selfishness. So I'm not saying to use selflessness in order to get stuff, but what I am saying is that when you're looking to get something done, respect the people, appreciate the people. Even if you're paying them, they still deserve your respect. They still deserve your appreciation. People aren't, designed to be slaves. People aren't designed to work that way. People are designed to be appreciated, to create, to be able to make their contribution to the world. People want to live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward. People love to work. Thing is, are you inspiring passion in their work? Are they solving problems and serving others, or only serving you? The real deep down, what Gary was saying was in his office in particular, the next CEO of Nike may be there, and being nice to everyone in the office and getting to know everyone in the office is valuable. It can mean long-term connections 17 years down the road. Now, on the other hand, he says he'll fire one of his best guys if they got a bad attitude, if they're not, bringing the right atmosphere. Now, there was a situation similar to that with me where my attitude wasn't quite right, and it caused problems and basically disintegrated the group, at least for a short period. And I was overcritical, and people don't like criticism. That's the thing. That's something that Gary is talking about, is sometimes you got to be told that you suck if you suck. That's why I didn't even share any of my videos with anyone. I mean, I've been posting them, but I didn't tell anyone about them for a month. But 30 days times 5 videos, 6, 7. Now I'm doing 7 videos per day, 7 podcasts per day, and I'm still not to where I need to be, but I'm doing this to constantly refine, constantly improve. And the more I talk, just the right message may get out in a video, and just the right people will see it. So that is where I'm looking at this. By the end of the year, I will have over 1,000 podcasts. I have around 200 so far that I've done just over the last month, because I'm doing so many. This is my life. This is my dedication. And I'm not surrounding myself with the wrong people. Not that I won't talk to certain people, but I limit my time and energy with people that aren't in the right stage. It's just honesty. It's just pure honesty that people are at different stages. People do have different levels of development. But people are the game. It's worth investing in people. It's worth people being upset with you in the short term for them to understand why you were so critical of them, because it was constructive criticism, but no one likes constructive criticism. No one really likes to be told the most critical things of them, especially if it's the thing that's holding them back the most. And that's something that I've had to continue to tell myself. That's why I have so many podcasts. It's about developing myself. I'm doing this for me. This is about me. I mean, that's the point. People are the game, and I am selfish in the sense that I don't care if anyone at all watches these, because I'm doing these to improve my communication, because by the end of this year, I intend on manifesting a lot of funding to be able to feed, house, and empower people. In order to do that, I have to improve myself so that I can communicate better, so that I can impact better, so that I can, market and attract the right customers, the right employees, the right investors. That's my job as CEO. My job as CEO is to, talk to people, to communicate with people, but leverage this kind of medium, because now each one of these videos that I make, each one of these podcasts that I make, I'm assuming by the end of the year we'll have roughly 1,000 views. So 1,000 times 1,000, that is 1 million views. Now those may not be unique, but 1,000 raving fans is all you need. That's all you really need, is 1,000 raving fans. So that's what I'm looking to build right now, looking to manifest these people into my life, attract these people into my life, because they're looking for me just as much as I'm looking for them. And that's what it is. People are the game. I'm looking for people that understand that understand what Gary's teaching. This podcast is a short podcast, but I could talk for an hour, and if I engage you, you're going to stay. That's why people listen to 3-hour-long Joe Rogan podcasts. People have attention spans. I mean, just two people talking and people watch 3 hours of Joe Rogan. People have the attention span, but it's whether you can hold their attention or not. That's what I'm working on. That's why this is the Grab ATTN podcast. It's about teaching myself to grab attention, refining myself, getting better and better. And that's what you should be doing too. You should be connecting with people. You can't do anything by yourself completely. Even what I'm doing here, I'm masterminding. That's what I call each of my podcasts. It's a daily mastermind. I'm daily masterminding through these podcasts, because that's a daily habit that I wanted to create. That's one of the 21 habits of the Happy Hero Pact. It's a daily mastermind, and it's about going and connecting with other minds. And even if I don't know them, I can still watch their videos, and with my mind and theirs, I create a third mind. Even though I'm not physically connecting with them, but it's the interaction of our thoughts and ideas. That's what it's really about. You can do this through the ether, as Napoleon Hill says, and that's just like faith. I mean, it's faith. The atheists call it luck. So we all have to just kind of leave it up to a little bit of luck or faith, whatever you want to call it, and connect with people and keep moving forward with people. Keep building relationships. Sometimes you're going to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing. You just got to have patience and realize that, hey, you screw up sometimes, apologize. Some people won't accept your apology. Sometimes you don't even say it right. So, I mean, that's the thing, is that an apology isn't just an apology. It's a process. It's a process of rebuilding. And I'm not saying that sometimes you do need to tear down the house to rebuild. The foundation, if the foundation is garbage, tear it down, start fresh. I had to do a renovation on a house where basically all the exterior walls had to be replaced. And because the homeowner wanted us to work on the roof first, that, we kept finding things and they didn't have a proper inspection done. That's what happens when a contractor, I mean, it was my dad, and he allowed them to dictate what to do. And it cost everyone in the long run, when the house should have been torn down and a new one built. Sometimes that's what you have to do with your own personality. You have to tear it down and start fresh. You have to say, look, okay, I don't have much value to provide right now, and I'm not worried about receiving anything right now. Right now, I'm just going to give, And if I receive, great. If I don't, I'm still going to keep giving for the next 30 years of my life, whether I receive or not. And that's ultimately where I'm at. I'm going to keep giving whether I receive or not. And I hope that you can understand the value in giving without expectation. Thank you for another episode of the Grab ATTN podcast. If you want to check out what I'm working on, go to happyherostudio.com. Thanks. Have a great day.